Hey peoples, welcome to my vibe. So I decided to do I decided to decided to do a reading. And I have no idea why, okay? But I'm starting to get an idea of why, okay? There is some confusion in the air. Confusion. But this is the thing. From what I'm smelling, okay, and I just got out the shower, so it ain't me, Papi. From what I'm smelling is there is something being hidden from you. There is someone causing a lot of intentional confusion, aka manipulation. You know, possible gaslighting, possible just straight up fucking lying. Just straight up. Hold on, gotta get my coffee. Oh my God, when it hits the soul, you know what I'm saying? It hits the soul. So, there's something that is being hidden from you. And there's someone I feel like is saying these fucking weird fucking prayers or affirmations, whatever you want to call it, in hopes that you stay stuck. Whoever is drawn to this, and reading this, watching or listening to this, yeah, and it's who or what, I don't know, because I felt the need to use my cards, the cards that I've made, the little index cards that I wrote randomly. I don't know, I started making them out of nowhere, and I've been making them for a few months now. So the first card that came out was manipulation. It says someone or a habit you do is blocking your blessings, manifestation, and your next level up. Remove people, habits, and situations that cause confusion. It's a manipulation tactic. And then right next to that, because this is manipulation, right next to that is hidden gifts, powers, or abilities. Right next to that is a card that's asking me to pull Ancestor's card, pull 4 cards to clarify this message. So I feel this pull 4 cards is attached to this hidden gifts. Underneath hidden gifts, it says, you can deny it all you want, but you cannot stop or avoid destiny. Yeah, it is what it, oh, where's my pointy thing? And underneath manipulation, it says evolving outdated thinking, noticing patterns, and you're creating boundaries. This is phenomenal. This is what will be the cure for this manipulation and confusion. Is noticing patterns, noticing your own patterns first, so that you can notice others and their patterns. And if their patterns are cohesive and work with yours, can you collaborate with this person? Right? Is this person going to help you evolve or going to help you stay stuck? Is this situation, is this job, is this apartment, house, is this fucking nail color that I'm about to choose? It's even that deep, because the things that we maintain around us maintain a certain energy that we need or want. We consciously or subconsciously keep around us. And those are patterns that are being noticed. It's the little things, really. Hold on, another shot. my God. All right. So it says the Ancestor cards to clarify this hidden gifts, powers, and abilities is Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Autumn, release the old and rest. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. And then Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. And on the bottom of the deck, we have one of my favorite cards, the White Witch, be the light. There's so much negative connotation to the word witch. It's amazing. It's all about perception, how you feel about it. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Because that's really all that matters. That's really all that matters. So I feel like your ancestors are, because I feel like there's the ancestor message. I felt this way before that card came out asking me to pull clarifying cards. So this is releasing the things. This is what this is. You're releasing and letting go. And it's a process. It's not a process that's going to happen within a month or a week or 2 months or 2 weeks. It's a process that's going to take time, years possibly even. You know, some patterns are not so easily replaced, because in order to stop a bad habit, you have to, you know, the old saying, to get over someone, you get under someone else. It's kind of the same. This fucking cat is trying to climb out of the window. Bella, you're gonna break everything, girl. You're not built for that, baby. Whew. Anyways, what was I just saying? Oh my God, I completely lost what I was just saying. I know I was saying something about, oh yes, get over someone, get under someone. Same thing with a habit or a situation or circumstance. In order to release or retrain yourself out of a bad habit, you have to replace that bad habit with a good habit, but something that's worth replacing it, something that is, you can't replace like smoking with journaling. You know, that's, smoking is much more of a physical act. You physically go to the store, you physically pick up that cigarette, you physically pick up that lighter, you know, so you have to replace that with something more physical. Let's say exercising, walking, whatever, or learning a new instrument, you know, something to keep your hands physically busy. Because a lot of the time, that habit, smoking, it's triggered because you feel the need to hold something between your fingers. You feel the need to, at some point, the cigarette turns into a fucking incense that you're not even smoking, you just have the shit lit. You know what I'm saying? It's that bad of a habit. Okay, this cat is... Bella! What? I wish you could see her. I wish you could... You know, let me see if I can show you her crazy ass. Bella. 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 You pretty girl. You just so damn mischievous. It's crazy. This crazy ass cat. Anyways, so I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Oh yes, because we have 2 cards that are indicating you are preparing to find peace by releasing and letting go of a situation, of an item, of person, relationship, whatever. You see, Bella? She just busted her ass. See? You too big for that, girl. I love you, but it is what it is. Anyways, you're releasing. You're releasing either a bad habit, a bad situation that has kind of held you back. Yeah. And like I said before, the act of wanting to release ignites when you notice patterns that are not healthy for you, that aren't working for you. And it changes as we change, as we grow older, as we get older and wiser and more understanding of ourselves. What we like and dislike changes. It evolves into different things. And it should. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, excuse me, fruition. Ooh, extremes. Okay. Will, hunger, fear, growth, and self-love. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, so maybe the pattern that you are noticing is how you sometimes go through extremes, It's giving bipolar. And I don't mean to be funny at all. I don't mean to, because I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. But it seems like you're going... You go from 100% in to 50% in to, you know what, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to drop the ball right here because I can't even, not today. And that's fine. Each day is different. You go with your flow and you listen to yourself and you be compassionate with yourself, because every day cannot be about the same thing, like spiritual awareness or physical exercise or, just from one extreme to the other, like really happy, then you're really sad, really motivated, then you really lackluster, no energy, You go from being inspired to I cannot find a spark of inspiration anywhere. And it's hard, It's hard, especially when your end goal is to be more spiritually aware and more adept to your own abilities. It takes compassion and patience, because you got here and it took time to get here. So you got to give yourself a lot more compassion and patience while you figure this shit out, because it's not easy to figure this out, because you're usually on your own trying to figure it out. But your thirst for knowledge, especially hidden knowledge, occult knowledge, is your passion. It's your hunger. It's what drives you. It is what drives you. And maybe that's a little bit extreme for you, occult topics, occult things. Maybe that's a little far out from your cultural standpoint, from your spiritual or religious standpoint, but it's not an easy road following your instincts and listening to yourself. Oftentimes, people will tune themselves out and have someone else let them know how they should feel. As stupid as it may sound, this is the truth. This is the truth. People will not come to their own conclusion. They will not have their own opinion. They would rather, and I'm not saying everybody, if you're attracted to this energy, you're not this way. You prefer to, you'll hear someone out. Hey, I wonder if that's true. But you'll dive in to find the truth. You don't take shit for face value. And that's smart. That's very smart. So your passion is occult knowledge. This, hey, papi, mommy, let me tell you, ain't shit wrong with that. Okay? And if you out here burning candles like some of these Catholic people, okay? Listen, you one step closer, like that song. Like that song from the Twilight movie. You know that was my jam. One step closer. Oh, I love that song. I have died. Wait, I haven't died? I've tried. I have died every day waiting for you. Something. Darling, don't be afraid. I will love you for 1,000 years. That's my shit. I love you for 1,000 more. That's my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit. Moving along. Sorry, I had to get that out. So there is obviously the undertone of this is your ancestors want you to be cautious. Cautious of nourishing this manipulative energy. All right? Because this manipulative energy is very tactful. It's intentional. And you could feel it. You could feel it in your bones. You could sense it with all of your being. When someone's around you and you get that confusion, you get that uncertainty, yeah. It takes your mental to an extreme. And then it gets your wheels turning. You're like, oh, listen, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand. And then you become more confused. You put your hand, you're facing your hands, trying to make sense of the shit that make no fucking sense. It don't make no sense because it don't make no sense. And you know that. You're not a stupid person. You're not a stupid person. Now, the person that may have said whatever the fuck they said, they may be a little, touched by an angel, whatever. Ain't nobody, hey. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is ignoring your thirst for knowledge, ignoring your thirst for curiosity. Be curious. Dive into your curiosity. Always make sure that you have your prayer as your sword and shield. You have your faith, your prayer, and knowledge as your sword and shield. Hold on. Coffee refill. Hold on. Oh my God. My cup is running low. So, your guides want you to nourish this passion, this hunger and thirst for hidden knowledge, occult knowledge, and release that, what's it called? Outdated thinking, that devolved thinking. Become evolved. Allow your thinking pattern to evolve into something that is more suitable for you. Because if your thinking leaves you confused, leaves you with more questions, That means you're not done thinking. That means that there's more to be curious about, and there's more information to be gained. And you should go forth with that, because your ancestors are 100% around you. They're pushing you in a certain direction. You feel the confusion, and it blocks your ability to see the forest from the trees, the truth from the lie. Because you're so used to, you're so accustomed to the lie. It's hard to see that the truth is the truth when it's in front of you. It's hard. But the easiest thing you do in that confusion, in that moment of confusion, uncertainty, ground yourself. Breathe. Take some really deep breaths from the belly. Hold that fucking breath for 2-3 seconds, and slowly, controlling your breath, release it. Release it. And when you do that, in your imagination, visualize that you are blowing out all this negative thinking, all this negative energy, all this heavy kind of energy, because it drags you down. You have to release it. You have to. It's a part of cleansing. And, excuse me, it's a part of cleansing. And you need to cleanse your aura, your energy, and your space from this manipulative type of energy that your guides want you to be cautious of. Okay? There's something brewing. What's underneath this hot extremes? Something's brewing. Oh, your hidden talent. Your hidden talent, gift, and ability is your ability to see. You are a seer. So this manipulative energy is trying to keep you stuck in this fear. Matter of fact, it's trying to have you harvest fear, build fear, make more fear, and cycle it. Cycle fear, harvest fear, right? This is what that manipulative energy is doing. And you're becoming aware. You're becoming much more aware of these almost subtle energies, and you're protecting yourself. If anything, I feel like you're asking for your angels. Look at this card. This card is fear, right? And this is you. Wrapped in this fear, so much fear around you, so much negative energy around you too. So much fucking negative energy around you. And although this is all black, right? This is your angel with you in this fear. She or he is still surrounding you. Or maybe this is your ancestor. Maybe you are highly connected to a female ancestor. And they give you messages, a lot of messages, possibly on a daily basis. They speak to your intuition, and they try to protect your aura, your energy, right? They're trying to protect you from this person that is trying to send you all this negative energy, from this person that is trying to block you, block your evolution, block your growth, mental, psychological, physical, material, spiritual growth. Like there's actually a person or a situation or habit that you have in your life currently that is actively blocking you. It's actively blocking this fruition. What it is that you're working toward, very fruitful life, very fruitful spirituality, very fruitful mental capacity, being able to connect spiritually. The way to block this person or habit or situation, the way to overcome this blockage is your intention, right? Conscious awareness of your thought, your intention, and how you show yourself compassion and love. Because if you're just like, okay, I gotta get this healing done, I gotta release this shit it's time to go. If it's just that, if it's that type of energy, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And maybe that's the bad habit. Maybe that's the bad habit. People always want to say, oh, it's someone else is blocking me. It's a spiritual attack. And I'm not trying to be funny. But it's just so normal for us to perceive that it's someone outside of ourselves that's blocking us. But in fact, it could be ourselves kind of stuck in patterns that we're just accustomed to being in. We're accustomed to a certain kind of behavior. And that could be what has us stuck. What has you stuck is not being able to grow out of this, going to extremes, But your ancestors are telling you, you are in the process of releasing this. You're in the process of acknowledging it, noticing the patterns, and releasing it, letting it go. Not so much releasing it, expelling it from your life and adapting a better way. You're adapting a better way to show, to dive into your curiosities, to grow spiritually, to grow intellectually, to gain knowledge of different things. You never know. You never know when that will come in handy. Reading is the best way sometimes to get out of your mental when you're stuck, or going for a walk. Going for a walk, a lot of people, especially if you live like in a city, going for a walk and looking up in the sky and admiring the raw beauty around you. When you live in the city, it's not easy to get that, because it's so hustle, bustle, hurry. But your ancestors want you to know that you are, in fact, although it may not seem like it, you are, in fact, changing. And what's changing mostly is how you're tending to yourself. And your will and your want, your intention to be better to yourself, right? And support yourself and give yourself what you need, Maybe you need to talk to yourself. Maybe you need to journal something. Maybe you need to record yourself. Maybe you need to record yourself whenever you're feeling a deep thought or emotion. Record yourself on your phone. Come back to that recording. It's almost like journaling, but it hits different when you listen to yourself, when you hear how you feel, it hits different than reading it. Record yourself. Save it on your phone, save it on your camera, whatever the fuck you do. Record yourself. Talk on whatever you need to talk on. Maybe you have a momentary download, right? Because we do have these mentions of occultism. And that's another word that has such a negative connotation. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a matter of perception, of course. But, yeah, record yourself when you get this idea, thought, whatever. Record it, hold on to it, and come back to that. Go back to it and see if there's any difference in your thought pattern and what that thought pattern or how that thought pattern has changed. How that feeling that you're expressing in your video, how that has changed for whatever, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Because what works for me ain't gonna work for you. What works for you probably won't work for me, because we're two different people. But if we share the things that worked for ourselves, and we willingly share what works, and someone does the same, it's growth, right? It's growth, and it's good, because sometimes you need that. You need that bit of, even though you knew what they were saying before they said it, sometimes interacting with a like-minded person can give you such a boost of energy. It's unreal. But likewise, interacting with a person that's not on your energy level is fucking draining. Okay? I'm sorry to curse so much, but damn, the shit is really draining. So what do we got? This is your advice for all this. We got temperance. Coming from your heart space, finding that balance within your heart space and letting it outpour into your outer world. So from your inner world, you get that. Oh my God, hold on. I need coffee. Okay, so sorry. I needed to get my coffee. Oh my God. Oh, look at it. It's steaming. Can you see it? Oh, it chipped. Wait, you already know that. My coffee mug. Because I love Jack, the skeleton key. The skeleton key. King. What the hell? Oh my. That shit was good. Oh, God. Okay. So, your advice is temperance, finding that balance. Finding that balance in listening to your own inner guidance. Listening to your own inner guidance and going with it, no matter what other people say. Matter of fact, if other people that you know aren't spiritually inclined, if they're saying to do that what you're saying is wrong and it should be opposite and know for sure if that person is saying that to you, you're on the right track. Because if they're not spiritually inclined toward the same direction you're going, they're meant to confuse you. They're meant to confuse you. And sometimes they're not doing it with the intention. They're doing it unconsciously sometimes because they just don't. They're not elevated enough psychologically or spiritually to understand what you understand. So finding that balance, and it's okay to have those type of people in your life. You know, you show yourself some compassion. You don't have to just be surrounded by gurus and yogis and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't block yourself from a great human experience just because they're not 100% on your level. God works in mysterious ways. God intentionally puts people, places, and things on our path for the point of us to evolve, grow, or learn. Okay. Wow, another major arcana. So we got temperance and death. Temperance, death, and the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins has been coming out in almost every single one of my readings. Every time I do my cards. And I don't always record it. Today I felt the need to, but I don't always record it. And this fucking card, the Two of Coins, it just keep coming the fuck out. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Four Swords. Four Swords speaks on getting your rest. Your rest is giving you recovery. Your rest is giving you, rehabilitation from a situation that may have dragged you. Four Swords on the bottom of the deck is giving, now's the time to rest. When you feel the need to take a nap and close your eyes, do that. Do that. Your ancestors are telling you, you may be juggling a little bit too much mentally or physically or just all around you. And rest will help the mind because you have a beautiful mind. But it's under a state of confusion because it's in the action of evolving, coming to an understanding. And it's a process of changing, like death and rebirth. It's a process of change, a different way of life, more balance. The more balance you have, the more you'll be able to juggle. But you gotta rest. Resting is key. And particularly if you're a very spiritual person, if spirituality is your calling and you're evolving spiritually, rest is just as important as protection. Saying your prayers for protection, guidance, love, and support. Also, make sure when you say your prayers that you pray for discernment from this day forth. Make sure when you say your prayers, you pray for discernment. I don't know if you do that yet, if you do that already. Make sure you pray, I'm going to say it for the third time. Pray for discernment. Discernment. Okay? This discernment will grow and it will help you to understand things that's happening to you and around you. So your ancestors want you to know you're in the process of releasing, and this can be draining. Rest. Okay? When you're not resting, if you get an inkling to search something, if you get a curious thought, look into that. Look into this book. Yes, there's a book. It's called The Alchemist. You have to read this book. It is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's a great book. I love a book that gets me out of my surroundings and throws me right into it. And that's this book, The Alchemist. I forgot the name of the author. It's a very old book, I think maybe 40, 50 years old. Great, phenomenal book. You should read it, get it and read it. Phenomenal book. So your ancestors want you to know you are in the process of releasing, and it can be draining. So rest is needed. Take a little nap. Put your feet up. Shut the phone off. Shut the TV off. Be alone and fall asleep and enjoy your time by yourself, because it doesn't always last forever in real life. Time for yourself, you know? So nourish yourself by giving yourself time. Time to relax, time to do nothing, but accept the beautiful change that is happening in your life. It may be a little gruesome as far as emotionally, you know, because psychologically you're going through an evolution. And so for something to evolve, something else has to be taken out of the equation because it's no longer needed. You have to evolve past that. So it's a process. Show yourself compassion, give yourself some self-love, and try to find balance between your will, what you want, and giving yourself what you need. Because what you need is more important than what you want. And rest assured, God will give you what you need before he gives you what you want. So there is there's major change on the horizon for you. And there is some occult knowledge that's going to be dug up in your brain. And your ancestors or your spirit guides are going to lead you to this curious place of occult knowledge. And it's not a bad thing. You're not a bad person. You're a phenomenal person. You're actually very balanced. Even with all this craziness, you still find balance. And you still find the ability to change and to maintain yourself. That is fucking phenomenal. And you should give yourself a round of applause. Because you may think it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, but you know, I also have this to do. I still have more work to do. Some people cannot make it to where you've made it thus far. So show yourself some compassion. Buy yourself a drink or a coat or some shoes or a jewelry, whatever the fuck, whatever makes you happy, boo, okay? And fuck everyone else. All right, y'all. Growth and self-love, people, on the horizon. Right in time for springtime. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you. I hope this helped. And I hope you continue to put yourself first and put your needs first and let your wants kind of settle in the background, right? Handle your needs. What you want will come after you get what you need. And you need some rest, okay? All right. Love, peace, and chicken grease.